Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to farm over 150,000 Grand Company seals per hour. So I'm a huge advocate for Grand Company seal farming because there's so many things you guys can use your Grand Company seals with to get an advantage in this game. So let's go into the Quartermaster to show you guys what you can get. So at the highest ranks, you can get stuff that is for the relic weapon from Heaven's Ward. You also can get stuff that is for a Rumberborn as well. You have items that you can sell for gil, which is 360 apiece. You got stuff where you can repair your gear. Also, these are for repair kits for your submarines and airships for free company workshops. This stuff here is for the relic weapons in Heaven's Ward, one for a Rumberborn. You got lock boxes, which has minions, which are really dirt cheap, so you can save yourself a lot of Grand Company seals and just go on the market board and buy them. There's a chance that you guys can get 2 mounts from Stormblood, which is the Hydados and Pyros mounts from Eureka. The ones from Heaven's Ward and a Rumberborn, I believe one is the Flying Chair, another one is the Nightmare Pegasus from Palace of the Dead, which is very expensive. You got Aetheryte tickets that can take you straight to your Grand Company. You got music, you got emotes. You got stuff for your house. You got armors that you guys can use for glamour. This stuff here, the artisan stuff, is for your crafters. If you hit level 50, you guys can use this to take yourself into Heaven's Ward. You got other items that you guys can use for your jobs. More stuff for your crafters. More glamour here. Here you got cordials for your gatherers. Spirit bomb potions if you're trying to get materia. Glamour prisms to glamour your stuff for better looking gear, also good for selling. You got bardings for your chocobo, stuff for your free company house. You also got some rare materials that you can use for Heaven's Ward crafting. You got other stuff for leveling up your crafters and gatherers, stuff for gardening to get other rare materials, and then of course you got ventures for your retainers and stuff like that. So there's a crap ton of stuff that you guys can use your Grand Company seals on to get a leg up on Final Fantasy XIV. Another reason why you want to do Grand Company seal farming is to get free company credits. So as you pass in loot to your Grand Company, you get these free company credits, which is used to level up your free company and also give you actions that you guys can use those on to increase battle experience, increase Grand Company seals, to reduce the amount of gil for teleports, reduce how fast your gear breaks, increase your stats on crafters and gatherers, your spirit bond rate, and so much more. So it's very, very important. Plus, the free company credits can get the ceruleum tanks, which you obviously need for your free company airships and submarines. You can't sell these on the market board, but you can trade them with other players, and most people will buy these from you for a stack of 999. So it's a very good way of making gil as well. Now, before you do this method, you need to have unlocked the expert deliveries, which is a rank as you go through to second lieutenant. So this unlocks naturally. Okay. The next thing you need to do is unlock the Omega raid. The hunt for Omega can be unlocked after completing the Stormblood story, the main one, and then going to Rhalger's Reach. You'll find the hunt for Omega right across from the Aetheryte. You have to get to Delta Scape 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get to the Sigma Scape. Version 4 X-Death uses Doom almost like immediately at the beginning of the fight, so if you're not a healer to cleanse yourself or a bard to cleanse yourself, you're going to die and this is going to become unsoloable. So do it to the Party Finder, the Duty Finder, or become a healer and knock this off really quickly. And then you'll have to go through some story to get to the Sigma Scape. So go to the tippy top here, it's this gear icon, and do Unrestricted Party. I'm currently using the Mathematic Tombstone set in Dawn Trail, which is 750. And the 740 crafted ring. Since I don't do Savage, I can't get the second ring higher than that. So this is going to determine by your job, your skill level, your gear, and the knowledge of your rotation. So my fastest time was 51 seconds, but that was with food. So there's nothing you have to worry about. Just, sit there and just damage him. Don't worry about anything else. He's not going to kill you. Make sure you stand in the front. This is where you guys get knocked back into this bar here, so you can keep your uptime. If you're doing samurai, make sure you use your shield. Reacts your kinky. It's very important. I don't do my dot because it's a damage loss. So, 54 seconds. If I had food, I can do it a little quicker. So once you hear Nero say that light, basically you'll know if you're doing a good job and good damage. If you kill him before that pops up, that's even better. So you're going to get a bolt, pedal, crank, lens, bolt, spring, shaft lens. And if you're lucky enough, the music, which you can sell for 150 gil at a vendor. So the good thing about this method is that you get tokens instead of gear, because you can pass in these tokens for gear, so these things can stack as many times as you like. So cranks are for hands, lenses are for heads, pedals are for feet, bolts are for accessories, springs are for legs, and shaft is for the body. Now the body and the legs are better off sold to a vendor because they give you more gil than it is for those items that I showed you for 360 gil a piece. But if you're trying to get other items, then of course pass in the body and the legs. The hands, the head, the feet, and the accessories should always be turned into the Grand Company because you can get more gil from them than selling them to a vendor. Okay, so ultimately you're going to take these to either rhalger's Reach, which is probably the faster way to doing this, or Kugani and talk to the representative of Arena to pass in this loot. Alright, so here's rhalger's Reach. You'll talk to this vendor behind me with the Omega Parts Exchange. Go to Sigma Scape. I'm level 350. And then you're going to start getting each piece of gear. So it should take you 28 kills to get one of everything. And you should have some bolts left over for the second run. So like I said, it's going to take you under an hour to actually do 28 runs. Because it's a less than a minute kill. Even the time it takes you to load in and load out, it still won't equate to an hour. So it's definitely under an hour to get all this stuff done. Even faster if you actually have better gear or a stronger job. Because to me, Samurai is the strongest job to speed run with, so. And this is going to get even better when you actually get more gear. So when we get into the next patch, which is the catch-up patch, we upgrade our gear. And then in 7.4, we get the next set of Tombstone gear, which is going to make us even stronger. And then going into 8.0, whatever they do for our leveling, we'll be able to trounce the Phantom Train even faster. So basically this is going to replace Alexander. I just wish that we didn't have this stupid prompt saying that you can't wear these items. Like, I think we know that already. So if this menu clicking is a deterrent for you, well then you're just going to have to suck it up. Because it could be worse. But if you have a good rhythm, you can get through this pretty quickly. That takes care of that. Now we go into the magic. If you want, you can put some of these in your chocobo saddles, and then you guys can get more if you have anything left over. I just wish that the accessories were not uniques, this way we can hold more than just one. So we're almost done here. So you're going to want the Seal Sweetener 2 buff, which gives you a 10% increase. But if you do not have a free company, then I would recommend that you get your squadron taken care of, and you guys can get the squadron manuals, which would give you a equivalent to a grade 3 free company action, which is going to give you, I think, 15% increase. Alright, so we got one of everything, and we have some bolts and pedals and cranks left over. So you have a crap ton more to go. Alright, so let's head over to my Grand Company and pass the stuff in. Alright, so here I am at my Grand Company. So I just turned in a crap ton of these items here. So we get $15.95 with the 10% bonus. So without the bonus, you're looking at 1450 Grand Company seals apiece. Now, these turn-ins will give you 500 of these free company credits per turn-in, which is 5 ceruleum tanks since it's 100 each. So once you have capped out, you're going to go ahead and buy some stuff. So if you want straight up gil, you're going to go for these items here. I personally go with the duck bones because it just sounded better in videos. So you have a cap of 90,000 when you get the captain rank, and that is through the squadron system. If you guys want actual gil, I personally would recommend selling the glamour prisms on the market board. I think you'll get slightly more gil by doing glamour prisms than by just getting straight up gil from the duck bones itself. But if you want to chance it, you guys can do the lock boxes if you want minions and stuff like that, but again, that's going to be a total gamble if you want to do it that way. But basically grab anything that is registerable first and go with that. And of course, if you want adventures for your retainers, adventures is a good option as well. But ultimately, this is going to be the best way to get Grand Company seals as of right now. Now, obviously, you can do whatever you want to do Grand Company seals. Some people would do dungeons, but if you do 100 dungeons, you get locked out of the duty finder for that day. With the raid, you do not get locked out since there is no limit to that. So that's why it's great to do the raids instead of doing dungeons. And plus, you don't get doubles by doing tokens, but with dungeons, you do get a chance of getting a double, and you waste more time doing it that way. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Happy farming! And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And the extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.